Hello and welcome then to another MotoGP Fantasy Live, this time for the Malaysian Grand Prix. We're completing the final leg of the Flyaway Tour with the penultimate race of the season taking place in Sepang, and for the first time in 3 years, we are finally back there. And it's a big weekend because it is match point Pecco Bagnaia. He's 14 points ahead in the MotoGP title race. Fabio Quartararo trails him, and then just behind him as well, there's Aleix Espargaro, and also our final man that is still within chance of this championship is Enea Bastianini as well, some 42 points back. It's certainly going to be a big weekend. We'll hope that you're going to be bright-eyed and bushy-tailed for the early times if you're watching across in Europe. But if you're like our guest who is at the circuit, then certainly it's going to be a little bit easier for you. And of course, we do have quite a special guest this time, and he's very busy indeed, so we won't keep him for too long. We do have the RNF Yamaha team boss and owner, Razlan Razali, so we'll bring Razlan in now and just say a big hello. Hi, Razlan. Good to see you.
Hi, Jack.
Hope
How you
you're doing
doing?
well.
Good.
Big weekend for yourself, of course.
Yes, it's our home Grand Prix, and it's quite unusual for me because in 2019 I was also the CEO of the track, and my last Moto Malaysian GP was in 2019. We had a record-breaking crowd of more than 170,000 people. So coming back here this weekend, it's unusual, it's weird, but it's exciting at the same time.
Yeah, a lot has changed, obviously, since 2019, obviously, for yourself and also for the team, too. You come here this weekend with two very different riders to what you came with last time you were here, but certainly it's going to be an interesting weekend nonetheless, that's for sure.
Yes, for sure. It's our riders lineup have changed, but we are happy with Carl. I mean, he's done very well, and what's important for us is just to get whatever points we can get for the last two races.
And just a word on Darren as well, because it's been announced yesterday, I do believe, that he's going to be going to Moto2. Of course, he's had a massive task this year in MotoGP, but I think that he's really impressed everyone, you would say.
Yes, I think Darren have done very well. It's just unfortunate that we could not continue with him next year, but we wish him the very best for Moto2, and I'm sure that he will do well. And of course, in the future, the door is always open for him to come back.
Yeah, well, that's what everyone hopes. You know, stepping into Moto2, it's certainly a good proving ground to gain some more experience for a challenge to come back. So, Razlan, you are here, of course, to do a little job for us. So we've drafted in another thing into your busy schedule for this weekend. So we'll bring up the MotoGP Fantasy team now. And of course, we need you to give us a little bit of expert insight, shall we say, as to who to go for this weekend. Obviously, your team yourself with Fabio Quartararo was on pole here in 2019, and I think Franco was on the front row as well. So the Yamahas go particularly well here in Sepang, but kind of for this weekend, especially with the title on the line, who do you think is going to perform this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, we are I'm very sentimental when it comes to Fabio. In 2019, he was on pole, and Frankie was third, if I'm not mistaken. But we did not have a good race, and that is mainly because of technical, and I hope they learn from that because it's been 2 years since we came back here. So I would still maintain Fabio for this weekend. Of course, now he lost the lead, but I'm sure he's extremely motivated to do more. I saw him just now, and he said no, he's full on focus. I will also maintain Mark because this guy is an exceptional rider to be on the podium last weekend and doing very well since he came back. I think it's just a matter of time for his first potential win coming back from injury. So I think Mark will stay, but I will replace the two riders, both Maverick and Jack, with, of course, the championship leader right now, Pecco.
Okay, yep, certainly a good option. So let's remove these two, as you've just said.
Yeah.
So Maverick and Jack, and we'll put Pecco in. Where is Pecco? There he is. So Pecco's quite expensive at 4.6 million. But if you watch along, I think you probably have to have Pecco in this weekend. And then we have 3.5 million left to be able to choose another rider. So I know that you did point out Alex Rins earlier, didn't you? But
yes, he was the surprise one last weekend. I think they are very much motivated with the situation with Suzuki leaving, and what he did in Melbourne was amazing. You know, so
Yeah.
I think he will be, you know, he's full of adrenaline to do well for himself, for Suzuki, and I would put Alex Rins.
Okay, so let's add Alex Rins in then. So it's quite a nice little thing there to have Alex in. Of course, he's doing very well, and as you mentioned, the situation with Suzuki, unfortunately, just 2 races left for them. But now there's one thing that I didn't explain to you earlier, Razlan, actually, which I forgot. So apologies for that. But what we can do is we can switch the order of these. So the gold riders score 100% points, and the silver riders score 50% points. So basically,
Right.
whichever 2 riders you think are going to do the best, you kind of want to have them in your gold riders. So are you happy with this order, having
Ooh.
Fabio and Alex in gold, or would you like to maybe bring in Pecco or Mark into the gold?
So usually the goal ride is probably what you would expect for them to come first or second,
You would say so,
in a
yeah.
way.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, Jack, that's a tough one.
Well, it's very tough,
I mean,
yeah.
this is not Formula One, you know.
Yeah, it's a bit hard to predict, eh? Well,
Okay, if I have to, then I don't know. I have a feeling that Mark will be at least first or second. I mean, it's just again,
really? Okay.
second in Melbourne. I think he will. I think he will be top 2 at least. Mark.
Okay. So then the question is, who do we switch him for? Because in one you have the outright lap record holder here, and a man still fighting to get that second crown. And then you have the winner last time out, who you said you think is going to go well here. So tricky.
Um, I would swap Mark with Fabio. With all not due respect to Fabio, I think if Yamaha sort out the technical stuff, then he could be. But at the moment, I don't think so. So I would replace Fabio with Mark. And Pecco, I think he will race smart. You know, as long as he's on the podium, I think
It's
he
enough.
should be happy. Yeah, I think Alex Rins will be. He's got nothing to lose, so
Yeah.
I think he'll go all out for the podium, especially a win or second. Yeah.
No, I agree with that. I think that's a very wise choice indeed. Now, of course, we have chosen these riders, but I did want to ask you about a couple of others that we might think could
Yeah.
be good this weekend. Of course, Enea Bastianini is our final title contender at the minute, sitting in 4th place and 42 points back. We've seen this year he's been, lightning fast in some areas and then struggled at other tracks. Do you think it's going to be one or the other, but which one do you think it could be this weekend?
Well, he has not ridden a Ducati MotoGP bike in Sepang, I think.
No, he hasn't.
You know, yeah. So I think I would not. I don't think so. I think Jack could be a factor.
Hmm.
You know, Jack could surprise. And I would not discount Maverick. I think he won. He was on a podium in 2019.
He won in
You know,
2019, yeah. Yeah.
he won. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, if he can sort out his qualifying and especially his start, then I think Maverick could be up there together with
Yeah,
Jack maybe.
definitely. I do agree with that one. Now, we do actually have to say, because I think, so there was a couple of people in the office here in Barcelona that
Right.
actually had Cal Crutchlow in for the last couple of races. And I think Cal, last time out, didn't score the most amount of fantasy points, but I think he did score some good points in another race. I can't remember which one it was. Yeah, down here in Japan, he actually scored a healthy number of points.
Yeah.
So Cal's actually been,
Yeah.
since he's come back, you can tell him he's quite a good little pick in MotoGP Fantasy. So he certainly seems to be doing well. We just wanted to ask you, actually, how is it having Cal in the team? Of course, we know what he's like. He's a
It's
good laugh.
fantastic. Yeah, you know, he was with us for a couple of races last year, and
Yeah,
he was totally unprepared. So when he came and saw us for the first time in Aragon, the guy is super fit.
yeah,
Okay, he's much more physically and mentally prepared, and he's quite a character. There's one occasion in Thailand, I said, you know, why did he retire? Only until he high-sided and nearly broke his ankle, then he said, "This is why I retired." You know,
yeah,
but I think he can do well. But you know, these young guys are so much faster, and when you're off the championship for so long, it's very difficult to be amongst them. unless you have the Marquez surname and first name Mark, then it's different.
Yeah, definitely is. Although Mark has commented recently after Izan Guevara won the Moto3 title last week, and he said that, well, these guys are going to be a bit of a pain in a few years' time. So certainly
Yeah,
Mark,
yeah,
maybe not feeling too young anymore, but
yeah.
no, we have to say. And then also speaking of young riders as well, Razlan, just going forward to 2023, of course, exciting new project for yourself with the team, and also Miguel Oliveira coming in, an established rider, won races, and then a young talent like Ralph Fernandez. You must be extremely pleased for how things are looking for next year.
Very, very pleased. I think this is the first time in our short career in MotoGP that we, except for in 2019 where we chose the riders, well, by luck to some extent, but this is the first time because of Suzuki situation, it opens up, the riders market just opens up with a lot of option, and we managed to wait and hang back and see what's happening, and we actually got the riders that we want. I think this is the first time in our short experience in MotoGP class, and we managed to get the riders that we want. With Miguel Oliveira and Raul, and as everybody knows that we wanted Raul already for this year, but then we had issues. Yeah, we are curious to see how these boys get on the RSGP bike after Valencia race on Tuesday. Everybody's curious, even they are curious.
Yeah, as you say, everybody is, and I think most people agree that it's going to be quite a big success as well. So not putting too much pressure on your shoulders, but we are all looking forward to seeing how that one goes.
Trust me, same here. I look forward to it.
Well, very good. Enjoy the weekend this weekend, Razlan. We know you're very busy, so we'll let you
Thank
go.
you.
And also, good luck for the remaining two races of the season.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Jack.
Thank you for joining
Appreciate it.
us. Cheers.
Thank you.
Okay, then. So, very good chat there with Razlan Razali. Of course, extremely busy man this weekend, so we try not to keep him too long. But in the end, he has gone for. Then he's retained Marc Marquez, and he's brought in the race winner from last time. That fantastic win in a brilliant race in Australia, absolutely crazy race. Alex Rins comes into the team, certainly a good choice indeed. 2 races to go, and as Razlan says, he has nothing to lose, so certainly going to be going for it. He's kept in Ducati, wise choice, to be honest, because, well, Ducati just are the constructor to go for with the 8 bikes on the grid. And then also we do have our 2 main protagonists in the title race. Very interestingly, quite a spicy little lineup then. Make sure you let us know, actually, who you think is going to win. Well, only one man can win the title this weekend, but make sure you let us know who you think is going to win the title at the end of it if it does go to Valencia, and also if you think that Pecco is going to wrap it up this weekend. 14 points, so he does have to outscore Quartararo by 11 points, which is quite a big margin, but we've seen it been done in recent races, scoring him by that much, so certainly could be possible indeed. Now, there's only 2 races remaining, of course, and if you're still not signed up to MotoGP Fantasy, you can do so by heading to fantasy.motogp.com. You sign up and you can still compete for a couple of prizes remaining, some not season tickets, I might add, some race weekend tickets for next season for 2023, where you'll be able to see both Ralph Fernandez and Miguel Oliveira on their RNF Aprilias as we head to next year. So certainly going to be an interesting one. Make sure you let us know who you go for with your team this weekend. And for all of us here at MotoGP and at the circuit over there in Sepang, it's bye for now and enjoy the weekend.